students, today we are here with the topic the different type of quadrilaterals. For this today we will use a new concept that of set squares, that you have seen these two figures in your geometry books and you have seen the shape of these two are the triangles, but these are called the set squares. Now what are the properties of these two? Why these two are different? We have in first set square, this angle is of 90, 45, 45. It means one set square have the angles of 90, 45 and 45. And the second set square have the angles 90, 60 and 30. It means we have two different type of set square. Using these two different type of set square, we will go with the type of quadrilaterals. So students, we have these cuttings of these set squares only, different cuttings, means some cuttings of this and some cuttings of this. So using these cuttings, we will make the different type of. Now we are taking three set square, the combination of 30, 60 and 90. If we will join them like this, what the shape we are observing here, it's a quadrilateral. See, one side, two side, three side and four side. What the result we are observing? This pair of the opposite side is parallel, but this pair of the opposite side is not parallel. Why? Because when we will extend it, this, and we will extend it, it will meet somewhere here. But when we will extend to any side, it will never meet. It means this pair is parallel of, and this pair of the opposite side is non-parallel. So what is this? It's a quadrilateral. It's called trapezium, where one pair of the opposite side is parallel and another pair of the opposite side is non-parallel. We have here two set square, 90, 60, 30. 90, 60, 30. If we will join them like this, what we will observe, see, this is a pair of opposite side. This is a pair of opposite side. This is a pair of opposite side. And we are observing these pairs, means pairs of the opposite sides are parallel. So this line is parallel. When we will extend it, it will never meet. This side is parallel to this. So what is parallelogram? That pair of the opposite sides are parallel and equal. So how equal? You can observe. See, this is a pair of opposite side, and when we will just see them, see in measure, both are equal. So also this pair is same. So by overlapping it, we can observe these are equal. So students, what we have get here, that opposite pair of the opposite sides are equal and parallel. So we are observing the opposite angles. This is 30, this is 30 are equal. See, this is 90 plus 60, 150. Here also 90 plus 60, 150. So it means second property is that opposite angles are equal. Now what is the third property? That diagonal. See, this is your quadrilateral. So this is your diagonal. Diagonals are meeting at this point. Diagonals bisect each other, means this is equal to this and this is equal to this. So see how this is equal to this. If we will overlap it, you are observing that in the length both are equal. So in this way, see, when we will overlap this, so this line will meet to this line. See, exactly same in length. So these two lengths are equal, means this portion equal to this and this portion equal to this. It means third result is that diagonals bisect each other. So your first result of the parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel, opposite angles are equal, and diagonals bisect each other. Friends, we are going to discuss about the types of quadrilateral. What is quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. So you have seen many shapes: square, rectangle. All these are the four-sided polygon. So it means all these square, rectangle, all these are called the quadrilaterals. Now students, we will go with the types of quadrilateral one by one. First is trapezium. Trapezium. What is trapezium? Trapezium is a quadrilateral in which one pair of the opposite side is parallel, like this. If we have this, generally one pair, this is opposite to this is opposite to this. So one pair of the opposite side is parallel, another is non-parallel. But when we are defining the trapezium, we say that a quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides is parallel. We don't talk about the second pair, may be parallel or may not be parallel. It has two diagonals, means every quadrilateral has two diagonals. This is called the intersection point of both the diagonals. We are observing that this portion is not equal to this. This portion is not equal to this. So what is trapezium? Quadrilateral in which one pair of the opposite side is parallel. Now the second is parallelogram. What is parallelogram? A quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal. Journal we make like this. See, this pair is parallel to this. This pair is parallel to this. So quadrilateral in which pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal. See, this is parallel. We are observing when we will extend them, it will never meet to any side. Same with this pair. So it means both the pairs are equal and parallel. Means this is parallel to this and also equal. This is parallel to this, also equal. Now we talk about this, diagonals. Diagonals are meeting at this point. This is called the intersection point of the diagonals. We are observing this is your obtuse angle, this is your acute angle. And also what the properties of this? That opposite sides are equal and parallel. Second, diagonals bisect each other. What is the meaning of diagonals bisect each other? What is the meaning of this point? Means this is the diagonal, this is the second diagonal meeting at this point. This portion is equal to this portion and this portion is equal to this portion. It means diagonals bisect each other. These are called the four angles. By activity, we observe that opposite angles are equal. these two, trapezium and parallelogram. What we observe here, what is trapezium? Trapezium is a quadrilateral in which one pair of the opposite side is parallel. It means we are not talking about the second pair. Second pair may be parallel or may not be parallel. For trapezium, we require only one condition, that one pair of the opposite sides must be parallel. What is in the parallelogram? That we have two pairs of the opposite sides are equal and parallel. It means if we talk about that, can we say every parallelogram is trapezium, then answer would be yes. Why? Because for trapezium we need only one pair of the opposite side which is parallel to each other. It means here we have two pairs of the opposite sides which are equal as well as parallel. So requirement of the trapezium is fulfilled here. So it means every parallelogram is trapezium, but every trapezium is not parallel. If we are taking two cuttings of the set square having the angle 90, 60 and 30, see, if we will join them like this, you can observe this is the shape of a rectangle. Now students, we will observe their properties. See, each angle is of 90. As we know that in rectangle each angle is of 90. So this total angle is of 90, 90, and this angle is of 90, this angle is of 90. What are the properties of rectangle? See, opposite sides are equal because both set square are the same. So if we are observing, see, opposite sides, if we will observe, these two sides are also same. So opposite sides are equal in rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. Each angle is of 90 degree. Students, now we will go with its diagonal. This is one of the diagonal. This is the diagonal. If you will measure its length, see, we have observed opposite sides are equal and each angle is of 90. Now measure this diagonal. This is the length of 13. And if we will go with the second diagonal, this also would be 13. It means diagonals of the rectangle are equal. So first property, that opposite sides are equal and parallel because this is parallel to this and this side is parallel to this and these are equal also. It means first property is that opposite sides are equal and parallel, diagonals are equal, each angle is of 90 degree. Now students, if we will observe, we will make the another diagonal of this. Now we will see the angle between the diagonal. You will observe these two, this is the diagonal, this is the diagonal, they are intersecting in this point. So this is called the intersection point of the diagonals. This is obtuse angle and this is acute angle. It means when diagonals bisect each other, one of them angle is acute and one of them is obtuse, and after that when they will intersect at this point, you will measure and you will observe this part from here to here and from here to here are equal and this is equal to this. It means diagonals bisect each other. Now students, you are aware with the square also. Square is a four-sided polygon where all sides are equal and each angle is of 90 degree. We have this condition. See, we have taken set square that have the angle of 90, 45, 45 and the same set square we have taken. So we have taken two same set square and if we will join them, see what we are observing, this is the shape of square. Now see, this angle is of 90, this 90, this 90. It means each angle of the square is 90. All sides are equal. So This is called the square. Now observe, this is your first diagonal, this is your second diagonal. If we will measure its length, what is its length? 11. And also when we will measure it, this is also 11. So it means here also we can say the second property, that diagonals are equal. Now we will observe this angle. When you will observe this angle is of 90. You can measure using your protractor. It means when diagonals intersect at a point, then the angle between the diagonals is always of 90 degree. So what the second property we observe, that diagonals are equal also and intersecting at the angle of 90 degree. Same here, this is equal to this and this is equal to this. So students, here also we can say diagonals bisect each other. So what are the properties? That all sides are equal, each angle is of 90, diagonals are equal, diagonals bisect each other. Diagonal bisect each other means wherever they are meeting, this portion is equal to this and this portion is equal to this, and angle between the diagonals is 90 degree. Parallelogram. Now third type we are talking about, that rectangle. What is rectangle? Rectangle is a quadrilateral. So also we can say rectangle is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are equal and parallel and each angle is of 90 degree. You have seen this shape. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Each angle is 90 degree. Also we have observed that diagonals bisect each other. Means this equal to this equal to this. Now angle between the diagonals, one is of acute, one is of obtuse. Diagonals are also equal by activity we have seen. So what are the properties? So every rectangle is parallelogram. Why? Because in parallelogram, what was the condition? That opposite sides are equal and parallel. Here also we have the same. There was one more condition, that opposite angles are equal. It means here also we have the opposite angles are equal. Second condition, third condition was there, that diagonals bisect each other. It means every rectangle is a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, then it must be trapezium, because every parallelogram is trapezium. So every rectangle is parallelogram and trapezium. But converse is not true. So what are the properties of this rectangle? That opposite sides are equal and parallel, each angle is of 90 degree and diagonals bisect each other. If we have written every rectangle is parallelogram, this condition already included it. Third, that diagonals bisect each other, diagonals are equal. Now fourth is square. What is square? A quadrilateral with all sides equal and each angle is of 90 degree. You have seen this shape. This is a square. What we have observed by the activity? That we have diagonals equal. So what are the properties for this? Diagonals are equal and bisect each other at 90 degree. So again we can observe that opposite sides are equal and parallel. Because all sides are equal, it means opposite sides are equal and parallel as well. So it means every square is rectangle. So if every square is rectangle, because all the properties of rectangle we can observe here that we have in this. So every square is rectangle, and if it is rectangle, obvious it is parallelogram, then it is also trapezium. But converse is not true. Converse is not true. So what we are observing here, that every square is a rectangle, every rectangle is parallelogram, every parallelogram is trapezium. It means every square is rectangle, parallelogram, trapezium, but converse is not true. Now students, we are taking 4 set squares of 30, 60 and 90 and we are joining them. And what the shape we are observing here, it's a rhombus. What are the properties of rhombus? Now you will observe, if we are taking this, these are the sides of the quadrilateral, and when we will see overlap them, you are observing all sides are equal in length. So what we observe, first property, that rhombus is a quadrilateral in which all sides are equal. And we are observing, by just observation, this diagonal and this diagonal are not equal in length. It's clear. So diagonals are not equal. And we are observing diagonals are intersecting at this point. And when they are intersecting, each angle is of a 90 degree. It means diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. Now, diagonals bisect each other means this is complete diagonal from here to here. Then diagonals bisect each other means this equal to this and this equal to this. Now you can observe this length is equal to this length and this length is equal to this. See, so what is rhombus? Rhombus is a four-sided polygon, means a quadrilateral in which all sides are equal, diagonals bisect each other at 90. Diagonals bisect each other at 90 means diagonals wherever they are intersecting, this part equal to this and this part equal to this, and angle between the diagonals is of 90. And if we talk about the diagonals of the rhombus, see, it's 120, this is 60, this is 120, this is 60. It means opposite angles are equal, 60 and 60. So it means opposite angles are equal. Type is rhombus. What is a rhombus? A quadrilateral in which all sides are equal. And we have seen the activity, the shape. If we get a square in slanting form, that means in square each angle 90, if we will rotate them, it will get the shape of rhombus. Means, now what we observe, that all sides are equal. Also we are observing that opposite sides are equal and parallel. It means, what are the properties? That opposite sides are equal and parallel. We know all sides are equal. Obvious, then opposite sides are equal and parallel. It means, what is this? This is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. And if it is a parallelogram, then what it would be? Trapezium also. What it would be? Trapezium also. Also we have seen that diagonals bisect each other at the angle of 90. It means diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Now we will see that about square and rhombus. This is square and this is rhombus. What we have the properties of rhombus, that all sides are equal. In this also we have all sides equal. When we are defining the rhombus, we say all sides are equal. Means opposite sides are also equal and parallel. Diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. Now we say, can we say every square is rhombus? Yes. Because if we go with all these conditions, we can observe all these conditions in square we have. It means every square is rhombus, but every rhombus is not a square. But because for square we need the angle of 90, here no restriction for any angle.